guys! Alright, so guys, I know I said that I was going to be shutting down this channel for the next 2 weeks. That was largely because I thought I would have a baby by now. But I don't. So, I figured since I have not had this baby yet, and since it doesn't even seem like there is like the most remote possibility that it's happening anytime soon, even though I'm within like 24 to 48 hours of my due date, depending on which of my due dates you go by, I thought I'd just go ahead and shoot a first look video today of the new print release coming out from Jujube called Sushi Cars. This print is going to be available at thesensiblemama.com. Unfortunately, with this release, we are only carrying the Tokidoki print. You might have noticed that this is like a mammoth release from Jujube. There's the Tokidoki release coming out, that's Sushi Cars, that's what we have. Then there are camera bags, there is a pump bag coming out, and then a whole line of a totally different print as well. So because we kind of knew that I was going to be within just a few days of having just given birth, we decided to only carry the Tokidoki print this time. At this rate, it's not even looking like the baby's gonna be here by the time the release happens, which is February 6th. So who knows, maybe I'll still be pregnant. But anyway, we decided that it would probably be best just as a family, even with the help that we've hired to help us out with releases like this, it was just gonna be a little bit too much to try to ship out and process orders and all that stuff that goes along with a really huge release. So since we know that we have customers who prefer to shop first with us, we did go ahead and buy some of the Tokidoki items so that we would have them here for you if you wanted to use your loyalty points or FlexPay or anything like that that we offer on the site. But the good news is this is not a super limited release, so if you don't catch the Tokidoki print on our website, or if you are wanting some of the stuff that we're not carrying, like the camera bags or the black matrix print and things like that, you will be able to score them on the Jujube website. It should be no problem. So with all that said, I'm going to jump right into the first look. I am not going to go through every single bag today because A, Sarah is not here, and B, I am super duper pregnant and I just don't want to unpack and repack every single bag style that came out in this print. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I think you're probably most excited to see, especially the new bags that are coming out. So I'm going to cover all of those. But if there's something that you're looking for that you don't see in this first look, make sure that you're following all of the new Jujube content creators on their social media because they're going to be going over those prints as well, and they always make fabulous content. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is the Bee Sporty. I'm showing you this one because the Sporty really only comes out whenever there is a Tokidoki release, so it's always exciting when the Sporty is available because this is one of my favorite bags. You know, as I'm looking at this print for the first time, I'm loving how much this reminds me of Super Toki. Now, I think that people who didn't love Super Toki are probably still going to love this one just because the color palette is so different. This is a much brighter, colorful print. I think it's more cheerful than Super Toki was. So if Super Toki wasn't your thing, I get it. But what I loved about Super Toki was the high contrast of the print. There were so many dark blacks and then rich, creamy colors. Creamy? Not creamy. They were like rich, bright colors. And this print really seems to have that going on as well. I haven't had a whole lot of time yet to look at the print and figure out what my favorite print placement is, but I have to say I love this pink unicorn here. It's just gorgeous and so feminine. And now that I'm having a little girl, I can very much appreciate the girly looking features of a print. Here is the back of the Sporty. It does come with black seatbelt straps, which I think is awesome. I love the black straps in Super Toki because it was a really nice pop. And it just seems to go really well with the print. I think they made a great choice doing the black straps. Now, the new Jujube prints that are coming out do have the metal hardware, which I think is awesome. I love the metal hardware so very much. And if you bought anything from Toki Pops, you probably remember that that was the first print that had this new zipper pull. Instead of being the old Jujube ones, it's kind of a diamond-shaped character. And on the back here it says Tokidoki by Jujube. So these are super, super cute zipper pulls, and you'll find these on pretty much all of the pulls on the big bags. I don't think it's on all of the accessories, but we'll see that in a minute. Alright, so let's take a look at the interior. Oh, that's a bright green. I did not know that this was this bright. Wow, this is like, this kind of reminds me of Iconic. It might actually be the same color. If not the same, it's very, very close. I must have been super out of the loop, you guys, because I haven't even seen the inside of this bag. Well, there's no doubt that you're going to really easily be able to see inside of your bag with this lining color because it's bright, super bright. Let's look at the inside here so you can see. Now, the Bee Sporty, I always tell people it packs up a lot like a Bee Light. Like if you just put backpack straps on a Bee Light, that would be the Sporty. And I'm gonna really, really struggle here to get this for you to see. Okay, yeah, so there's sort of a clip of the inside. It's basically just a hollow, cavernous kind of internal structure, and there are mesh pockets on either side. So like I said, it does pack up a lot like a Bee Light, but at least with the mesh in there, if there's anything that you kind of want to keep from being jostled around in your bag, you can stick it down in those mesh pockets. So that's the Bee Sporty. I think this print is super, super cute on this bag. Now let's look at something else. I'm gonna move on to the Be Right Back now, because now that I know about that internal lining color, I am so excited to see what the mommy pocket of the Be Right Back looks like. You guys know the Be Right Back is my favorite Jujubee bag by far, just because it's so much fun to pack up. It's got great internal structure in it, and I just love a really great backpack style bag. I'm really loving this like checkerboard kind of piping. Is that piping? Whatever this is, I love it. It really is a cool pop on this bag, and I didn't notice it that much on the Bee Sporty. I'm really only seeing it on the Be Right Back, and it is super cute. You even get a little bit of it on the inside of this grab handle, which I think is a pretty cool touch. So let's open up this mommy pocket and see what it looks like. Okay, that's darling. That is really cool. What I like about this color is I think it's very gender neutral. I think that bright pop of green looks great for boy moms who kind of prefer to have something a little less girly, but I think it looks great for girls too. And all of this print here on the printed pocket sitting next to that beautiful lime green is really, really cool. Again, we do have those really cute new zipper pulls here. You get 2 of them, so they go all the way around, and holy moly, look at that. That is so cool. I am loving this checkerboard stripe that's going all the way around. That's like, I don't think Jujubee has ever had a print that did that with the cool little extra lining there around the inside, and that is just really awesome. It's also down here on the other mesh pockets here in the front, so it goes all the way around the inside of the bag, which is fantastic. I think that's really cool that they're doing that, actually, because, you know, the Be Right Back is the only bag that's a little bit boring on the inside, in my opinion. So this really makes the inside of the bag much more interesting and just dynamic. It looks so cool. While I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this is a great print that'll look pretty good on just about any of the bag styles. You all remember how Unikiki 2.0 was when you had that really, really huge print that could look kind of bad on a bag like this that has lots of broken up pieces of material. It basically meant that sometimes you could get really horrible print placement where you didn't even get a whole full character on the front of your bag. But this is one of those prints that's big enough that you can see it really well from far away, like it reads well from a distance, but it's still small enough that you're guaranteed to at least get a few characters even on the small swatches of the bag, which is great. Alright, so let's go grab something else. Here is the Hobo Bee. I always love showing this bag with the Tokidoki releases because everybody loves the Hobo Bee in the Toki prints, and this one does not disappoint at all. I'm really liking the way that this print reads on the Hobo Bee. It just comes across really well. Like I was saying before, you get all kinds of really great characters, even on a small bag like this. Again, the bottle pockets have that awesome checkerboard, which just pops off of the print so well. And I think that's just about the only place on the outside of the bag that has the checkerboard. You do have that green interior lining on the inside of the mommy pocket. This mommy pocket doesn't open a whole lot, so it's kind of hard to show you how it looks down in there. But for those of you who are good at packing up the Hobo Bee mommy pocket, I think you will like that really pretty, bright interior lining. I don't know how to pack the mommy pocket on a Hobo Bee. I cannot do it, so I don't know. You guys who do it, you guys have like voodoo powers. I don't know how you do it. Here's a peek into the inside of the Hobo Bee, and unlike the Bee Sporty where I couldn't get you a good view, here you can really see how that black mesh really plays off of the interior lining, and look, you get the checkerboard right in there. That is so cool. That's my favorite part about this print, actually, is that really cool checkerboard that goes all the way around. It just really pops. I have a feeling the Hobo Bee is going to be popular in this print. I don't know why, I just think this is going to be something that will sell out fast, even though this is not a super limited print. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for a Hobo Bee, you should probably score one while you can. Next, we're going to take a look at one of the unstructured bags so that you can get an idea of what the whole print looks like. And the Super Bee is really the best bag for showing you just how great the print looks because you get a whole swatch of it here. Anyway, I have been using the Super Bee nonstop for my son and for myself lately, so I switch it out between being a diaper bag and a mommy bag. But I think this is going to be a really great bag when my daughter gets here, and I'm packing a ton of baby stuff as well as toddler stuff. So I'm really, really loving the Super Bee right now, and it could not look cuter in this print. I do kind of notice that you get really small checkerboard patterns on the Super Bee. It's not big and bold like it is in some of the other bags. And I don't know how I feel about that. I actually kind of wish that this little strip right here, which is often upside down on a lot of the Super Bees, but it is upright this time. I wish that that was just checkerboard. That to me would be really cool. Here's the back of the bag, and of course I'm sure you want to see what that pretty interior lining looks like on a big bag like this. I wonder if it's going to be overwhelming. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's the best I can do with the inside of the bag. I'll probably do some B-roll footage and try to get that a little bit better for you, but I actually don't think that that's super overwhelming. I think it works. And I always feel like I say that with the Super Bee. I'm always like, oh, the internal lining is going to be overwhelming, and then I end up loving it. So I think that this looks, oh look, you do get the bright green key leash. That's going to look cool if you hobo it the way that I like to do. Are you guys getting tired of seeing me do this in every one of my first look videos? I just love that. That looks so cool with the bright green key leash and the hoboed Super Bee. Oh my gosh, I love that. Alright, so I'm going to really quick show you one accessory, and then I'm going to jump into the new bag styles that are coming out in this print. Okay, it feels good to hold a smaller bag because it was getting really hard to try to get those big bags in the frame. Alright, this is the Bee set. I'm showing this accessory just because everyone always wants to see what the Bee set looks like in these new prints, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it on the Bee set. You can tell in the smaller bags that this is still kind of a large print. As you can see here, you don't get as much of that really eye-capturing kind of look and feel that you get on the bigger bags, but that's okay. These are going inside of your bags anyway. You don't really get any of the racing stripe on the outside or the checkerboard kind of thing, which that's fine. You do get it along the inside lining though. Look at that. That's cool. I'm really, really loving that about this print. Now, let's see. You do have a printed long strap. I was hoping maybe that was going to be in the checkerboard racing stripe thing, but it is not. Here is your medium set piece. Of course, the medium piece and the small piece do not have the new big diamond shaped zipper pulls. They just have the standard jujube pulls, but you do get the really interesting new zipper pulls on the large set piece. So here's the medium piece, and of course on the inside of that we get the small set piece. Ooh, look at that placement. That is cute. And again, unlike the large and the medium set pieces, the small set piece does not have that really pretty metal plate. It just has the little cloth tab on the side. And I actually like that about the small set piece just because I think that that big metal plate would take up too much real estate on this piece and you wouldn't be able to see the print. Quickly, here's the inside. So cute. Oh, and then of course you do get your small strap, or short strap rather, and this is also printed, not in the checkerboard. I have 3 new bag styles that I'm showing you today. This first one is new-ish. There have only been a couple of releases that had this bag in it. This one is called the Bee Sassy. It's a smaller version of the Bee Classy. And what I like about this is they actually did this one in the full print this time. In the past, they've had like a grayish kind of bag, and then you got the print actually in the heart shape skull and crossbones thing that goes on the front, like the Tokidoki logo. But I think this one looks really great in the full print. Especially if you really love this print, I think you're going to be happy to get a Bee Sassy that shows the entire print and not just a tiny little piece of it. So I've not used the Bee Sassy before, but best I can tell, it's an exact replica of the Bee Classy. It's still got the rolled handles just like the Classy. It's got pretty much the same mommy pocket, and look at how cute that is. I just am dying over this. It looks so awesome. I love the attention to detail that Jujube gives to stuff like this, just really, really thinking about how to make stuff pop on these bags. Again, just like the Bee Classy, you do get bottle pockets on either side, and it's a black felt-lined pocket. That's interesting. I don't know if it was like that in the other releases of the Bee Sassy. I'm actually not sure, but this actually feels more like the inside of a tech pocket instead of a bottle pocket. Let's see if the other one is the same. Yeah, so you kind of have two tech pockets here. I'm guessing you can still use it like a bottle pocket, but it kind of looks like Jujubee is wanting you to use it more like a tech pocket. I can already think of this actually working as a great camera bag. So if you don't like the new camera bag styles that are coming out with this release, you might consider using a Bee Sassy as a camera bag, because this would be a great place to put things like extra lenses that you really don't want to get scratched. I think they'd fit really well in there. In fact, here's one of my spare lenses. I'm gonna stick this in here and see if it fits. Oh yeah. So just something to consider. Might work as a cool camera bag if you're into that kind of thing. And here's the inside of the Bee Sassy. Again, it's totally identical to the Bee Classy. So if you're one of those folks who finds that the Bee Classy is just a little bit too big for you, but you like the design and layout of it, you might really like the Bee Sassy. I never tried it just because I did not like the gray with the little bit of the print in the little icon image that they put in the front, but now that I'm seeing it like this, I'm actually really liking this bag. Okay, so here we have the Bee Packed. This is a brand new bag style from Jujubee. It's designed to be sort of in between the Be Right Back and the Mini Bee. So the backpack straps are a little bit more like the Mini Bee straps than the Be Right Back straps. They're a little bit more straight. They have more of a curve to them than the Mini Bee does, but it doesn't have that great kind of ergonomic shape of the Be Right Back. But you do get that nice memory foam padding here on the back to make sure that your bag stays nice and cool and comfortable. Like I mentioned, you do only get one bottle pocket, and it's mesh, which I love mesh bottle pockets. I think that they look cool for some reason. And you have nothing over here on this side. You do get a mommy pocket here on the front. It's very simple. You just have one kind of small mesh opening here and a little bit larger mesh opening here, and then a big space down here for tossing in anything that you don't mind if it moves around a little bit in your bag. And that's really the only external structure that I see. Oh, nope, I take that back. Just like the Be Right Back, you do have a tech pocket up here in the top for placing a cell phone or a camera lens or anything like that that you don't want to get scratched. So let's take a peek at the inside. Oh, that's interesting. So the zippers do not go all the way down the way that they do with the Be Right Back. So even though you would not call this bag gusseted, there's no gussets here, you do get sort of some resistance so that the bag does not flop open the way that a Be Right Back would. I have to show you this because you know already that I love that checkerboard, and it goes all the way around the top and bottom. When I hold it like that, it looks like an alligator. So you do get a little zipper pocket here in the front, just for tossing any small things. That'd probably be a good place for like boogie wipes and Kleenex and things like that. I have no clue what this is for. There doesn't appear to be any kind of opening to get into this. So if someone, maybe one of the content creators, would like to comment below and tell me what the heck this is for, that would be great, because I don't really know. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's for putting like a laptop or something and protecting it. Because you do have a little bit of a pocket right here. So maybe this is just extra padding for your laptop. I don't know, we'll have to see. Okay, so I've just poofed this out about as far as it'll go. And I can already see that this is going to be a bag that carries more than the Mini Bee, but not as much as like the Bee Sporty or the Be Right Back. You do have a lot of space down in there. I mean, you can see the bottom is relatively thick. Yeah, so it's, I mean, I think describing it as being right in the middle of the Be Right Back and the Mini Bee is probably a pretty perfect description of it. It's super cute. I love the look and feel of it. I love that you get the lightweight kind of feeling of a Mini Bee, but you also get a little bit extra space like you would in a Be Right Back. So I don't know, that's pretty cool. And the last thing that I'm showing you today is the Bee Dapper. This is meant to be like a men's train case, so it's kind of like the brother bag to the Bee Ready. Although if you're not a guy, I think you'll probably still love the design of this because it's super cute. You can toss makeup in here, or maybe planning supplies or camera gear. I don't know, the possibilities are endless. Or you can get one for your husband and tell him, hey, you're gonna pack up in Toki this time. You get a long zipper here on the front, and oh, that's really small. So this might be a great place for putting brushes and things like that, or anything that you're kind of grabbing for quickly, like maybe your eyeliner, or if you have your favorite lip glosses that you can stick in there. It's not really going to be deep enough to put much in terms of makeup, like a big palette or blush or something like that, but for brushes or lip gloss, that'd be a great spot. I love that you do have this grab handle here for easily pulling this out of your bag. I can already see packing this up inside of a Bee Light. Ooh, maybe with bottles and things. But if you put this up vertically inside of a Bee Light, I think you can use that grab handle to really easily pull it out, which is fantastic. We have a zipper here across the top, and let's see what the inside looks like. Okay, so unlike the Be Ready, which does have some little mesh compartments on the inside and ways to help you organize, this is just plain and simple, a big opening for you to put anything in there that you might think of. I did just now notice that this zipper goes all the way down on one side, but not on the other. So it goes about halfway down on this side where you have the grab handle, and all the way down over here, which does help the bag open up really, really nice and wide. I don't know, I know this is made to be like a men's train case, but I'm really thinking about using this for planning supplies, especially if you like to use like some of the Recollections packets of stickers and things like that from Michaels. I think those are going to fit really well in here, along with pins and washi tape and stuff like that. So even if your husband isn't really on board with using this for his travel supplies, I think there's going to be lots and lots of opportunities for you to use this for different things, whether in your diaper bag or just organizing other stuff that you have around your house. All right, so that's all I'm going to show you today. We do have the full line of stuff. It's all sitting right over here, but I just can't. I can't today. So once again, this print is going to be releasing on February the 6th at 12 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're like me on the East Coast and you're on Eastern Standard Time, that'll be 3 a.m. If you're Central, it'll be 2 a.m. And if you're Mountain Standard Time, it'll be 1 a.m. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I do always put out first look videos when there's a new print coming out. And next time, I won't be 4,800 weeks pregnant, and I'll actually go through all the bags for you. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you think of it, send some birthing dust my way so that I can get this baby out. And with that, I will let you go. Bye-bye.